well, leading on from that, mate, someone asked a very interesting question of, he can get clients. This is a very different angle. He can get clients, but he can't keep them for longer than 3 months. He just, whatever he does, he just can't keep them for longer than 3 months.
That means he's not getting results, and they don't see the value in continuing. That means his relationships with them are weak, and that probably means he needs to develop himself in those 2 areas. Or there's a fourth to that, and there's other agencies knocking on the door, and they've caught the eye, and they're going to go with them.
Yeah. All he needs to do there is get better at delivering. If he was getting results, then it wouldn't be a problem. But even if you're not getting results, you can keep him for longer than 3 months. You just need to have better communication.
SMMA is like having a girlfriend. If you're not treating her right, someone else will come along and swoop and take her away because you're acting like a douchebag.
Yeah.
So don't act like a douchebag. Try your very, very best to keep them happy, nurture them and love them, and give them the results they need with your best possible efforts. If you're doing that, they will stay with you, and they'll trust you. It's an element of trust, and that's part of rapport building, which is part of sales. But it's the same if you have a girlfriend or any relationship in your life. If it's not right, they will walk or be interested in going somewhere else.
Yeah, and you've got to make their life better. If you're making their life worse by taking their money, it's such a simple.
If I had someone in my life who was just taking my money and not giving me anything back in return, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go this way, you go that way.
Exactly. Yeah. No, very, very easy answer there, isn't it?
That's what you should do. But it is. It's a simple answer. I would just tell that person that just have a little look at how often you're speaking to them on the phone. What's your communication looking like? And if you're not getting results, do they know you're not getting results? Is this a surprise? Are they aware you're not getting results, but they're not seeing any action in place? Like, I could dissect the shit out of that, because I suspect there's a few things I would look at and go, dude, like, that's why.
Yeah. We need to have a breakdown, won't we, of what's actually gone on.
Full deep dive. I'd have to do a full deep dive into that person, but that's a very general thing that I've probably assumed. But I'm never normally too far off the real.
Okay. What about if the answer was he wasn't getting results, ran Facebook for the full 3 months, what would be the first 3 or 4 things that you'd look into to see, right, that's why you haven't got results. This is what you can do better next time. This is what you should have done. I've got a few.
One of the first things I would do would be like, okay, what's the product and what is the offer? Because normally the offer on meta ads is the thing that drags attention from those that are on the platform, followed by urgency. So how urgent are you making this? What's your call to action? What does your creative look like? Have you linked the creative well enough with the copy? And how is that creative and copy speaking to the audience? Which then brings up another question, is like, is your targeting right? You could be way off on your targeting. Who is the target audience? Who is the perfect client? And I think having a look at what the actual situation is on a visual and written aspect is the first thing I'd look at. Yeah. Once we look at that, it's like, okay, you've got their attention. That person likes the offer, likes the product. They've clicked learn more or shop now, whatever the call to action is that you've got. Where are you taking them? So what is then happening with that journey? Are you taking them off Facebook to a funnel like we would do? Are you keeping them on Facebook and you're just getting shitty leads come in? There's lots of things, but that would be the first thing I'd look at, mate, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 100%. People forget that the whole job of an ad is to stop someone scrolling on Facebook and Instagram and get them to a website, a funnel, or somewhere they can purchase or leave their lead information. Once the ad has got them off social media and onto the website, that's that ad's job done. Like, that is literally done. The caveat to that, it needs to educate them enough and get them in the right frame, which we call a pre-frame bridge, to get them ready to purchase. But if they're clicking on the ad and going through, providing you're not really misleading them to a completely different product or service just to get them onto a website, then you're not going to have that problem. But that's what you've got to think. And there's several metrics you can look at in terms of to see if an ad's working. There's click-through rate, there's the cost per click, there's the frequency, there's all of these different metrics you can see to see if that ad is doing its job. Once you're getting people to the site for a cheap cost in the industry, that you're sparking enough interest, you're hitting pain points within that ad, and you're getting them to a standard you're happy with, then, like you say, it comes down to a question: is the website and funnel doing its job? Because the ad's done its job to get them there. Now it's the website or funnel's job to convert that customer or that traffic source into a lead, into a sale, into initiate checkout, into an add to cart. Once you get there, you can start pushing them down the funnel with different retargeting tricks, etc. But there's so many different parts that affect a product or service, you know, let's say working or winning online, that it's silly to just blame the ad. And clients will do that, because, and especially if a client's not used to selling their products and services online. If they've forever sold their products and services in a shop and they're now coming online, it's a very different process. And now they will tell you, well, we know our customers, we've been in business for 100 years. No, you don't. You don't know your customers that have never heard of you before, because it's cold traffic initially. And you don't know that new journey online to get to a product and sale. So there are things that you can, I hate to say it, you can a little bit point the fingers at different parts, providing you've done your research to know the ad is working.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely, yeah, totally spot on there. It just needs, again, we go down to common sense. Common sense, look at the ad, put yourself in the consumer's shoes, always. You know, ask yourself, would I respond to this ad? Would I actually stop and read this if I was, you know, a man 30 needing whatever you're selling online? Let's say it's an accessory for your car. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would that capture my attention? Am I speaking to the audience right? These are the questions that I really tell the students. Like, you've got to think about the consumer. Don't think about what you would respond to as such. Think about what they will. And that is, I'm always doing that. You know, there's things that I've created in the past, and I've launched an ad and I've looked at it and gone, yeah, this is perfect, absolutely perfect. And then I've actually gone back through it, I've checked out the data through it, and I've gone, why is the click-through rate so low? And then I've gone to the funnel, and there's some significant things that I've just missed. And then I tweak the funnel. And this is why we do A/B split testing. I tweaked the funnel and the ad, the front of the ad, and the click-through rate goes to 3, 4, 5%. And it's just, and the things I missed were quite obvious, but I just missed it at the time.
Yeah,
you know?
and there's loads of things that you can do that if you're designing funnels on websites as well, isn't there? Like we've changed.
Here's a tip that we talk about, Harry, isn't it? Like, if you're running ads on Meta, okay, and your cost per click is sub 20p cents, dollars, whatever, sub 20 cents, that's okay for now. I would say you want to get to about the sub 10 cent p mark. Okay, if your cost per click is good, you then need to see, when I say good, adequate, not too expensive. If your cost per click is good, you then need to look at what the CTR is. That's the click-through rate. What percentage of people are clicking through? Now, if your click-through rate is 2% onwards, okay, and you're not getting sales, then it's not an ad issue, it's a funnel issue or a website issue. Yeah, okay, because the ad's doing its job. The ad is bringing people through. 3%, 4% of people coming through from the ad. Yeah, okay, that's great. Why aren't they buying? That's a website conversion issue. If you're looking at an ad and the ad is getting clicks and it's getting frequency and impressions and, or, you know, reach, but the click-through rate is low, then it's a copy or a creative issue. Simple as that. It's not fun. It can't be a funnel issue because they don't go to it. Okay, so anyone listening to this, that's they're the two things I would be looking out for. A low click-through rate means it's your ad. High click-through rate, but no sales, it's your funnel. Yeah. So that's something we dramatically look at. And then if they come into the funnel and they're not converting, you want to see what stage they're not converting. Are you getting a lot of people all the way to checkout, and then they abandon the cart and get on with their lives and they've not purchased? If that's the case, why? You know, is it the delivery cost is too much? Is the process of buying shit? You know, there's lots of things there. You know, again, put yourself in the buyer's shoes and go, if I was buying this product, let me go to checkout now. Right, I'm on the checkout page. Why would I not check out? Could be that you haven't got your size. Say it's a t-shirt. Could be that the drop down of the way the sizes are listed are fucking all over the place. It
Yeah.
could be that the colors of the product are scattered and not in the right order, and it gets complex, and people are like, oh, fuck this, I'm just going to come off it. I'll go on Google and I'll get it on Amazon. So it has to really be, I cannot stress about website conversions and funnel conversions, that it's got to be so simple these days for people. You know, Apple Pay is a significant thing now. I despise when I can't buy product online using Apple Pay. What, I've actually got to put my credit card details in? What the fuck is that? No. Like, that's not a thing. Surely that's not a thing anymore.
No, and people be thinking, well, is that my job? And it 100% is. Although you're not a website developer, or you're not, I don't know, an expert in SEO or whatever it is, you still need to know those things, because the client's going to come to you, and if you can't answer that problem, that goes down to that guy who can't get past the 3-month mark. It'll be because you don't need the answers to everything, but you need to know a little bit about everything. That's a really good bit of advice that I will try and follow. Like someone messaged me, say, Harry, are you an expert in SEO? No, but I know enough about it to talk to the clients about it and put them in the right direction. Because when they come to you,
you can't be a car mechanic and then change tires.
No, and you can't go to clients with problems without a solution. Remember, you said that to me. Like, if you go to a client and say, right, our ads are working, it's your website issue, you solve that out, you solve that problem. Well, they're not going to carry on working with you then, because they've got to solve that problem before and you're going to be put on hold. Whereas if you go to them and say, right, Susie, the ads are working, click-through rates this, cost per click this, we're getting this many people to the website. However, only this many people initiating checkout, this many people are purchasing. So the problem's the website. This is what you need to do. You need to solve this part of the checkout process. You need to add testimonials here. You need to reduce the quality of these images so the page speed loads quicker. This, and this, and that. And then that's how you're going to get. That's how you need to approach all of your problems, and that's how you're going to get over that 3-month mark.
Yeah, you've got to go with a solution. You've got to go with ideas. Otherwise, you're good for nothing, really. You're the expert. And
it's okay, and it is okay not to have the answers. We've not had the answers to loads of problems we've come into, but we go and say we're on the case.
Yeah, completely. There's the one thing I want people to take away is that SMA it is very, very simple once you know how. It's just there's a lot of how to know.
Yeah.
So once you know how to do one thing once, you're kind of like, that's ticked the box. You're kind of, once you remember it, you've got to retain the info. There's lots of techie things that I'm like, you asked me 3 years ago, I'd have not known how to. No. I wouldn't even know how to buy a domain off GoDaddy. I'm not even fucking shitting you. Like, I wouldn't have known how to do it. Now you get a domain, you set up a DNS records, and you've got your TXT records, and you've got your CNAME, and you've got all these things that I haven't even shown once, but I remembered it. But there's lots and lots of things. It is simple, and you can get clients, you can make great money online. But there's lots of the how you need to know. You just got to be willing to learn all the time. And I do think people want to just know it all in one go, and then say they've got a business and demand money.